Hi, I'm Dr. L. Susan Williams, much better known as Dr. Sue. I've been teaching criminology classes since, a really long time. I've been here at K-State since 1997. I previously taught at Texas Tech, LSU, the University of Connecticut, and more. So this course is about death, life, and the law, all serious and challenging and passionate and exciting, all the things that draw me to teaching and especially to criminology. And even more at this stage in life now, I reflect a lot. And one thing I approach with even more fervor in this class is how we know what we know. Intriguing. First, though, let's take a small step back and talk about what the course is not about. The course is not about attacking personal values or changing your morals. It's not about quashing open discussion, far from it. It's not about elevating partisan politics, certainly not about shaming individuals, and it's not about presenting opinion as fact. In particular, the course is about distinguishing fact from opinion. In a recent Pew Research Center study, U.S. adults had difficulty distinguishing between fact and opinion. Just 26% were able to correctly identify facts versus opinion. We cannot function as a democracy if people don't know the difference between fact and opinion. Even so, we cannot fully understand complex social and political issues unless we place those facts into proper context. That takes skill and critical thinking. So, coming back to life lessons, I want to begin a bit by talking about what I've learned through the years, much of it from students in my classes. So, number one lesson, first impressions are often wrong. I've learned that students that I thought were the best and brightest sometimes falter, and sometimes those that seem to struggle the most may create the most amazing success at the end. The same principle may work with what we think we know. Sometimes our first impression turns out to be dead wrong. We just have to keep an open mind. Number two lesson, relationships matter. It doesn't mean that other principles like facts and science and the law do not matter, but what we learn and how we learn is largely dependent on the relationships we forge with others. And at the end of life, it's really all that matters. So in this class, even in a short amount of time, we work on building relationships and trust and respect. Well, number three lesson, failure is important. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." In most classes that I teach, we have a failure wall where we learn much from our failures and from the failures of others. Perhaps most succinct is the old Chinese proverb, fall down 9 times, get up 10. Number 4, and this is a really big one, perhaps the simplest, but sometimes the hardest, and it's this, show up. 80% of life is showing up. Decisions are made by those who show up. Closely related is number 5, persistence. Success is more about persistence than talent. So you are here, and so am I. Together we will learn a lot by keeping an open mind, building relationships of trust, by risking failure and falling, by showing up and practicing persistence. That's all I ask from you, and I trust that you'll demand the same of me. So now a few practical pointers about the class. There's a few objectives that we want to meet in the class. We're going to identify sources of the matters of life and death. We're going to interpret societal perspectives on matters of life and death. And we're going to analyze a case study related to death, life, and the law. In general today, I'm going to review three main themes. This is sort of the common language, if you will, of how we will go about it. First, the critical task of distinguishing that fact from fiction. Second, understanding and tackling the culture of silence that surrounds these subjects that are often thorny and controversial. And finally, the what works. By semester end, we want to figure out what works, both legally and otherwise. But for today, I want to emphasize the importance of what works in terms of being successful in this class. In other words, that's what we all want, right? So let's begin. Here are just a few of the life and death matters we deal with. Big ones, huh? And here's one of the problems. Some people talk about their personal ethics, other people talk about a set of morals, and yet everyone in a society is governed by the same set of laws. They can be very easy to conflate one with the other. So being uncomfortableness may lead us to change and accept a new lot in life. Uncomfortable feelings often lead to success. As soon as you make shifts in your life, like a move or a new habit or a new topic of study, you're overcoming the resistance your brain engages in when it tries to resist change. It breaks down those mental barriers, which are part of the reason that people give up on their dreams. So we want to get out of that comfort rut. So embrace your uncomfortableness. Be dangerous and do what is right. Become fearless. And most of all, show up. Remember, decisions are made by those who show up. In this class, I have every faith that you will do something remarkable. So, as your professor, I'm prepared to assist you in these issues that may come up when dealing with sensitive and personal subjects and experiences. Typically, this involves working together to find resources or alternative learning opportunities. We have a long list of resources, and I'm here with you. On the last slide here, you'll find a brief description of the course navigation organization for this class. At first, it might seem a little daunting, but it's really pretty simple. And these steps are also repeated on the Start Here page when you get to the home page and explore it. So please go over these carefully. I'm going to leave these up a bit for you to study. And I think that you will find it very helpful. I can't wait for us to get started. So see you soon.